Okay, guys. Um, I got a stock tip to take a look at DFDV, DeFi Development Corp. Let's take a look here, see what's going on with this thing. Um, yeah, all right. So 13.95 current price, $287 million market cap. So this is still pretty small. Not the smallest, but it's a pretty small cap. Um, 52-week high of 53.88 and a 52-week low of 48 cents. So this thing is very volatile. Um, so seems like July 25, 2023 is when it got listed first. And then it was basically a little bit up, pretty much flat, going down. And then April 4th, 2025, there's just this huge spike. So you can probably see it better here if we go on the weekly. Um, yeah, zoom out all the way here. So it gets listed here in 2023, and then doesn't seem like much is going on up until this point. Um, and then all of a sudden we have um, the week of 4/11. If we go on the daily, this is April 7th. We just have a huge volume coming in. It goes, the candle's really green, goes way up, and then after that, the volume still a little bit elevated, but it drops off, but it just keeps pumping. Earnings comes out here and looks like it gets really high, all the way up to 53.88 on May 22nd, and then goes all the way back down. Bounces off of here, up, down again, up and down again. So it seems to me, at least, um, like right here, like somewhere here is um our resistance, right? Like somewhere in this area is the resistance, or is the support. Um, and then obviously there's some resistance here. So it's been kind of bouncing between this support and this resistance. Basically since May, um, since the end of May. And now I guess recently maybe it's gone, it looks like it might be on its way to break down this support that we have here. Um, so that, in terms of that, that makes it a little scary to buy at this level just because, I mean, it has gone lower than the previous kind of lows that we see here, right? Um, although it didn't close lower, still closed uh above this level. Um, all right, so let's try to figure out what the company actually does. So let's go on their website. DeFi Development Corp. Crypto-born, TradFi fueled, built to stack Solana. Okay. Most effective way to accumulate Solana. Our key metric is Solana per share growth. We aim to outperform native staking by multiples. So, if I understand this correctly, this means that they are trying to get more and more Solana per share, per stock share. Okay. Decades of TradeFi expertise native to crypto from day one. Our team is trusted by the biggest names. Okay, so it looks like they have, maybe these are people who have invested in them. Okay, let's see. So Solana per share. Um, the amount of Solana that corresponds to each share of the company. So how's this calculated? Do they actually hold that much Solana? Solana per share. So they have $10 worth of Solana per share. Okay, interesting. Midterm guidance, target sold per share of 0.165 by June. Okay, so by June 2026. So 0.165 per share. I mean, what's the price of Solana looking like? Solana is 164.75. 164.75, so that means 164.75 times 0.01, 0.0618, 0.0618. This should be 1013. Okay, 1018. So yeah, that adds up. Okay, and then if we go back to our 164.75 and times 0.165, 27. Okay, so that's almost triple. That's their guidance. Okay. Metrics, market cap, enterprise value, shares, 6-month return, 1-year return. So these are, I mean, insane numbers. Applied volatility, historic volatility, trading volume. Okay. So looks like it's a pretty quiet day today, at least so far. And then there's Solana metrics. Okay. So net asset value and Solana per share. Market cap. Okay. Calculation scenarios. Just for debt converts. Okay, I don't know what much of this means. Um, I'm curious what are they actually doing, right? Like how are they actually are they just buying up Solana? Is that their whole business? Um, Solana price history and Solana purchase history. Okay, I see. So they're buying out lows, it looks like. So they purchased amount here, amount they purchase here, 2,800, 36,000. So it looks like anytime, like they don't seem to be buying highs. They seem to be buying pretty low. Let me announce the acquisition of Solana. Okay, so they have, so all they're buying is Solana, looks like. And in terms of assets, 3-month return, 1-year return, market cap. Okay. So 3-month return of 15.4% on Solana, but they have 52.4%. So I mean Solana is going up slower than they are. Okay, options, charts. What is SEC? Validators, USD stake, USD reward. Total supply. What is DFDV sold? Is this just Solana that they own, or is that do they have? Oh, there you go. Liquid staking token that represents stake Solana delegated to DFDV's validation. When you mint your Solana stake to DFDV, you receive tokens in exchange increase over time. Tokens are earned. Recently launched in May 2025. Okay. So maybe that was the run up, right? Because it says launched in May 2025, which that would be, did it say a date or just say, it just said May. So somewhere here they launched, right? Like on the monthly, they launched in May. So it's been up since, right? Like if they launched at the beginning of May, it's been really up. And maybe somebody, I mean, maybe they had a press release about it here. I'd be interested in seeing what happened on this day. And then also it's crazy. I mean, the volume is really high only on this day, but it continues going up for like 522, so like a month and a half. Okay. Okay. So they have 20 million worth of it. Or no, that's the total supply. Okay, well, this is not, there's a lot of info to digest here. Let's see debt. Convertible debt, okay. No, this is not a very helpful table. We'll look on, we can look here. Balance sheet. So total current assets as of Q1 2025. So they had four, so they've burned some cash. Or maybe their Solana went down in value, right? 4 million, and then, okay, well, their liabilities have gone up. So their debt has gone up and their assets have gone down. Short-term investments, total non-current assets. I I wonder where Solana lies in this, right? Total equity. Okay, so I mean, I don't like the trend I'm seeing. Can we look at their income statement? So, okay, I mean, revenue is less, right? And then operating income. Okay, the EPS is negative, which is pretty bad because it looks like everybody else has a positive EPS here. Okay. All right. Well, so analysts have this as a strong buy. Quant rating momentum. Okay, I mean that's all interesting. I'm still trying to shares warrants. Stablecoin metrics. Notes. So this doesn't really say what they are doing. This just has a bunch of numbers, but research. Okay, so they have some research reports. Blog. Shocking to new heights. Okay, so I mean this is good. This looks very important to read. But just real quick, I want to see Treasury Accelerator, Investor Relations, company information. Well, I don't want to, I do want to look into the leadership, but I want to figure out like what do they actually do, right? I mean, okay, SEC filings. I still can't, I mean, I've been on this website for what, like probably like 15 minutes now, and I still have no clue what they're doing. What is John over? Why is it? Okay. Anyways, maybe we can, well, let's read the Grok report first. So, this is Grok 4. DeFi is a publicly traded company listed on NASDAQ, originally founded in 2018 as General Ventures LLC. Was initially an online platform connecting commercial real estate borrowers, brokers, and lenders to services. Okay. In April, the company underwent a significant pivot. It changed its name from January Inc. in April 2025, which was right here. So just okay. This is the pivot. Okay, that makes sense now. Following a change in control, where new investors, Nova Scotia, acquired 51% of common stock and all Series A preferred stock for $4 million. So it looks like there was a corporate takeover. This led to new management and a shift towards DeFi. Now it focuses on building a crypto-native treasury model by accumulating digital assets, primarily Solana, and operating Solana validators to stake assets, secure the network, and earn rewards. Public exponential model blending traditional finance expertise, crypto-native operation. The company also has a tokenized version on Solana and emphasizes innovative blockchain solutions for faster, smarter commercial transactions. So what I'm getting from this is that they're basically buying Solana, staking it for rewards, and then that's their business, right? Treasury focused entity. Treasury management. Allocating principal holdings to digital assets, starting with Solana. Long-term accumulation. Reinvest staking rewards to compound growth. Running validators on Solana blockchain. So what does this mean? So they're running these, but I need to understand, is this a compute thing or is this, well, we're gonna need a new grok here. We can do, is this a compute everything or just requires someone? Okay. Okay, legacy operations. Issuing securities like convertible notes, warrant stock to fund treasury growth. Okay, so they're taking debt to buy Solana, is what it sounds like to me. Right? It is compute heavy, requiring powerful hardware, multiple terabyte. Also needs to hold for staying large amounts for some stuff. Okay, so Solana validator. This might mean they actually have hardware. Okay. Let's see. The vision is to pioneer DeFi infrastructure for digital assets earlier in the life and enable exponential growth accessible to everyone. Leverage capital markets experience and Solana operations to build faster, smarter. Okay. Long-term SOL accumulation. Validator staking, raising capital through debt and equity, potential expansion to other digital assets, risk management with warnings about down significantly but up from the low. Risk prone shows extreme volatility likely tied year to date. Okay. Massive gains post pivot reflecting. Okay, so I think what this company does is it what I think this company does is it basically buys a ton of Solana and it does it in a smart way, I'm assuming. It raises debt, right? So buys Solana in a smart way, stakes Solana for income, and to buy more Solana, and then raises debt and sells equity, buy more Solana. That's what it sounds like to me, the TLDR. And they have very high analyst targets, right? Like insanely high analyst targets. Where are my analyst targets? $35, $25, $45. So I mean that's just insane. Those are really high, right? Really high analyst targets. Institutional buying and ownership is low at 2.11% of shares. Insiders hold 31.5. So this is insider heavy right now. But let's see who bought it. Now this is as of June 30th, unfortunately. So UBS Group has a stake, Belvedere Trading. So I mean, and some ETFs and mutual funds. I mean, this is unclear to me. This seems like such like low. I'd also want to make Rock4 double check this just in case it missed, because this seems June 30 is a long time ago, so we should have as of July 30th at least, right? Although I'm not sure when exactly institutions need to report their buying and ownership. But I'll say institutional ownership low at the moment, but exists. Need more recent data. Okay. Company financials and profitability. Most available financial data is from before April 2025, prior to the pivot. Post-pivot metrics, including sole holdings, aren't fully reflected in these statements. Upcoming earnings may provide updates. Okay, revenue down, net income negative, EBITDA negative, profit margin not good, EPS not good. Cash flow. So the company is not profitable. And I'm guessing we haven't had an earnings. So I think there might be. I don't like that this is old. There should be at least newer ones. Like they had 4 million liabilities equity. Okay. Cash. As of April 23rd, the company purchased 48 million in Solana, funded by 40 million notes issuance. This dramatically increases assets, making Solana the core holding. No other major assets due to legacy platform tech intangibles may remain. Key executives. Okay, we'll look into them later. High volatility from crypto. Okay. Speculative stock tied to crypto trends. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. So, we'll say speculative tied to Solana. Okay. So I'm gonna take a break right now. But I will be back because we're just getting started here. Alright guys, took a break, played some soccer. But let's keep looking here. So basically they're buying Solana in a smart way, staking it, raising debt, and selling equity to buy more Solana. And institutional ownership seems low, but it's also a pretty new play because basically in April the company got bought out, 51% of the stock got bought. And from there's this massive run up, and now it's been in a run down, and it's kind of hitting this potential support right here. Not profitable and seems pretty speculative. Now anything else from here? So okay, I'm gonna say do a deeper search on the actions of institutions and the players. Report the biggest holders. Look activity, all the filings. All right, so Grok 4 is gonna do a bigger search for us here. Meanwhile, let's take a look. I wanna see. Does this have Solana? Sol USD, is that Solana? I think so. Stock comparison. Okay. So Solana is yellow. Let's make it like, I don't know, let's make it orange so you can see it better. There you go. So here's what's interesting. I mean, where did my Solana go? If we go on the daily here, Solana price has been pretty stable. So this whole run up here is not because Solana is running up. And there hasn't really been a major dip. I mean, there's a little dip here. So maybe that explains the dip there. But like for here, there's no dip. So this just seems like algorithms buying and selling this thing, making it bounce around. Like it doesn't seem like there's any news at these, at the bottoms or tops here. At least initially. No. Um, okay. So if we do the year to date, Okay, so I'm wondering like, because this seems very, I mean, how stable is Solana, right? Maybe we gotta take a look at Solana price. This is all time. Let's say 1 year. So we want the daily. So it's been up to 290, right? And then it's been down to like 112, and right now it's at 156. So I mean the volatility of this thing is higher than the volatility of Solana, right? Which is weird because they should be, I mean, this thing should be more stable than the Solana, at least long term. I think the reason is that this thing is pretty much very new. Uh, it's kind of similar, I think, to what Michael Saylor is doing with MicroStrategy, um, where they're buying built Bitcoin. But this is like the Solana version of that. Okay, let's see. Low overall interest, 2.11% institutional ownership. Insiders hold 31.5%. So on April 8th, they had 51% control. Hmm. So, hmm. I want to see. Let's see Solana. USD. So I mean, in 1 year, Solana's had a huge run up, and then they've gone down, right? It's just amazing to me how this trades, like this is so flat compared to hmm. I mean, let's see what the okay, so average cost is 476. So basically everybody holding this right now is profited, right? 90% cost range is 233 to 683. 97.77% shares are in profit. So like I mean to me that I feel like that there's some selling pressure in that. Uh I want to see the options. The options on this thing, I mean this is insane, right? This is what implied volatility 149%, but it's fourth percentile. So this thing is 96% of the time this thing has been more volatile than it is right now. Mm, and I believe they report earnings pretty soon. So for whatever reason, so calls here, I mean, these are pretty pricey, right? Like let's take a look at the open interest though. I think it's on this. There's like a table. Mm, there you go. Okay, and then let me just check DFDV earnings. When DFDV earnings? August 12th. August 12th, so that's a week, exactly a week from now. They have earnings. So this is August 15th. So this is the closest to the earnings. So what do we got? I mean, we got some calls here, little bit of calls here at $40. There are calls at $40 for this thing. That is frankly insane. It's at $14. I mean, that is something. Um, and I mean there is nowhere as many puts. There's a little bit of puts at 15, which I think like maybe that's a hedge for the $40. I don't know. Hmm. I mean that's like I don't think like I guess how do I get out of here? Took me to the wrong I'm gonna quit Telegram so I stop getting notifications. Okay, hmm. Okay. So this is important. Earnings in 1 week. August 12th. Options chain blowing up? Question mark. And we have $40 strike. Okay. And then all the meanwhile volatility is very high, but low percentile. Relatively low. Okay. Well, we're gonna ask Grok about this because I mean, okay, well, can we do this? Yeah. This is the options chain for do you think it can interpret that? Actually, if I copy it like this and I paste it into here, strike, bid ask, open interest. Hold on. Okay. Let's see if we can get a CSV. Does the CSV look nice? No, I want to see it in the notepad. Notepad. Yeah, that looks nice. Okay. Well, we'll give Grok the CSV then. Um, okay. Um, so Grok can take a look at that. Let's take a look at some of the other dates. This is September. I mean, there's just no puts on this thing, right? Like, were there any here? I mean, basically not, right? It's a little bit. No puts here. So there's no crazy calls. I mean, this is still kind of crazy. Like, if you compare this to any other open interest, that's just a lot more. Um, October 17th. This is mild. Lots of $30 puts. I mean, this is weird. I guess it's staying, someone's trying to keep it under 30. Okay. Okay, so January 16th, there's 3,000 on 45, with also 1,000 on 35, 1,600, almost 2,000 on 25. I mean, this is a heavy, heavy call option. A little bit of puts at 10. I wonder if that's also a hedge. 255 days. I mean, yeah, nobody's interested in that. Okay, so I mean, this is what's most interesting to me. This is what is most interesting. Is significant for a small cap stock as it's deep out of the money. Spectral upside premium selling ahead of Oxford starting. This is 5% of the float is on a what? It's 5% of the float. That does not seem right. You can't have 5% of the float on a $40 strike. Can you? IB is high, absolutely, but at means cheaper as market sector muted incremental volatility from earnings is at absolute low historical, even higher inputs, making current IB relatively attractive for options buyers. I want to double check the math. I mean, 4,832, right? I mean, are they each 100? And what's the float of this thing? Sure. 14 million. Oops. Okay, this is 3%. So I don't know how it got as a percentage of float. DFDV float. Market cap. Where's our float? 9.58 million. Shares short. How is the float 9.58 million? This is free float? Is that something different? Hold on. Maybe Weeble's just wrong. Okay. So, Followed by okay. So, insane open interest. So it's 3 to 5% of float. How unusual is 3 to 5% being? We gotta see the cost to borrow. Borrow. Short shares available. Okay, but this is just for the day. We don't care. This is the short borrow rate. So I mean, it's been pretty high at 42. And it's been like that since the 23rd, which was right around here. And then as the stock's been going down, the cost to borrow has been going down. Wow, so there were a lot of fails to deliver here. Very unusual for most small cap stocks signaling speculative bets or gamma squeeze potential. Similar to GME 2021, where out of the money call open interest per strike reached 6% of float during squeeze. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, it's definitely speculative. We've seen it go very high, right? It's retraced now. So where's like the true level? We don't know. Um, I mean, this seems a little unfortunate if it's gonna break this support level here. It could just bounce off, right, and go back up. Earnings is right here. I mean, this earnings, look at this. There was a run up pretty quickly after, and then they did a split. But there's like no volume here. I guess this is the volume bar of the takeover probably, right? This is where they bought 51% of the shares. So I think that's why the rest of the volume is just not gonna be. So if we remove that, that's really what we're looking at. And so can we hold on? Oops. Uh, X is. Oh man, where's my volume? There you go. No, we need the volume here. Okay, sorry about that. I just could not find how to get my volume back. But we got it back, so. Um, I mean, huh, very unusual. Okay, and we're gonna look into the leadership meanwhile. Investor relations. The LinkedIn page isn't available. What the heck? It's weird. DeFi development. Joseph Honorati. Alright, let's see. Dedicated to creating a more free world by bringing about sound monetary and financial systems. Okay. Is that an ANCAP flag? Chairman and CEO. Founder and CEO of CC Chain Capital. Digital Asset Chief Strategy Officer. Various roles. Okay. Who else we have? More info coming soon. I mean, this isn't even accurate. This says master's degree in economics, and this says he has a P. Oh, okay, PhD field courses. So I guess he doesn't have a PhD. Okay, no, that's right then. I mean, who are the insiders who are the insiders who own everything? DeFi Dev LLC via Common and Series A Preferred and Nova Scotia. What is DeFi Dev LLC? 7, hold on. Portfolio value 7 million. This thing's market cap is, that can't be right. Something's, green rows indicate new positions. Okay, so they own 24.9%, I guess. Who's the other big holder? It was Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia. I've heard that somewhere. This can't be right. It says insiders own 0.64%. DFDV. Jennifer Blake. This is Joseph Honorati. Who is January Blake? Because this guy's been freaking buying up shares here. He sold a little bit. How much did he sell? He sold 1,000, but he has 5 million. What? Hold on, this doesn't. Was this before? Because it wasn't there a 7-to-1 split, right? I don't even know. We're gonna need a grok to investigate all this insider. But what I was trying to find info on Nova Scotia. Okay, that's basically some sort of holding company, is it? So this is a Canadian holding company, which probably only holds this. I mean, this almost seems like some sort of like crazy, some sort of crazy merger play. I mean, it's kind of like a SPAC, right? Like they didn't want to get a company listed on the stock market, so they just basically bought up what seems to be like a shit company that didn't have much going on, and then just started taking out debt to get Solana, is what it sounds like. Okay, let's go and see. Latest assets. They have a million. They have 1,293 Solana equivalents valued at 209 million as of August 1st. Okay. And then their debt is 154 million, which means 54 million. Market cap 281 million. I mean, that's really speculative, right? Like, that is really, really speculative. This is important. I'm just posting. Hmm. I'm gonna turn off concise mode just so we get a little more detail in the answers. I mean, like Solana has to go up, right? Like if Solana stays flat, well, I guess it depends how much they make off of the Solana, right? Because they're staking it, which, hmm, which if they're staking Solana, but we kind of need to look into that. Insiders collectively own 31 to 44%. It's a source of inclusion of preferred shares. Let's raise dilution risk. The key insiders tied new parties. Okay, DeFi Dev LLC. Common shares, Series A preferred shares. Parker White. Who is Parker White? Parker White. There you go. Building a bridge between TradeFi and DeFi. Building on Bitcoin, the future of money. So he's from Kraken as well. Because this guy, Joseph Honorati, was from Kraken. From 16 to 24. And this guy was on Kraken from 18 to 2025. He was a data analyst, data engineer, engineering manager, senior engineer manager, director of engineering, AI, and ML. And then, oh, there's DeFi. Why did it say it was unavailable? Okay. Okay. Formed specifically for this acquisition. Kraken, he's a crypto veteran. The focus. Ownership. 2 million common shares. Joseph Honorati. He aims to make DFDV the Michael Saylor. Yeah, so this is literally the Michael Saylor of Solana. Blake January holds minimal shares post sale. Exact current figure not specified. Mentioned as part of no specific holdings. Standing stake number stakes noted in total insider shares. So purchase a controlling stake. Direct buy from prior owners, not open market. Okay, so they spent 4 million on this. No open market buys or other execs. Debt equity sales. Okay, so April 3rd to 4th. Janover. Blake January. No, wait. Who's Blake January? Blake January is the original guy, right? Okay, he sold his to transfer control. Mostly, no sales by Honorati White or other entities. None of the DeFi has sold a single share of our personal DFDV stack on July 30th. Okay, so I mean that's good news. They could still sell. We don't know, right? They could sell tomorrow. But so far they haven't sold. Exercise warrants. The high insidership side leader. Okay, so there's a lot of dilution. Um, projects the company's staking earnings. How much are they making on their staked Solana? Info or information. So we need to know, because if we go back up here, where's they have that much Solana. They also have their like own Solana coin, right? But it's 209 million. So it's like, how much of that are they staking to make money? Nice, dude. It's doing some code execution. Part one's like those with bonk and dog with hat communities. They hold soul equivalents. All new acquisitions staked immediately. All series Solana network. Disclose X staking treasury. Assuming is all stake, consistent with their statements. Solana's native staking yield is 6 to 75% annually. Specific using examples. Solana rewards split to reduce effective yield. So about 1.2 million for in a month. Annual is 14.62 million, which if we look at their debt, where is their debt? 154 million. 5.5%. We gotta look into these convertible notes. Like, what do they actually mean? Because I don't think that's not like a loan from the bank. It's something different. Next 6 months, staking notes can compound daily. Starting Solana holdings, ending Solana holdings. Value of earning. That's to asset value. Treasury value. Okay. Okay. So let's compare this to their projections because they had projections on their website, right? So this is saying in 6 months, the SOL per share would go from 0.0618 to 0.0640. And they were saying SPS midterm guidance. So this is by June 30, 2026. So they don't have, do they not have a 6-month one? So by the way, so they have 10 Solana per share right now at $14. Man, that's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. I mean, they have debt, right? But that's still pretty. I mean, that's like it's like a cash pile right there, right? Solana per share gain in 3 months. 0.06. 0.06, and Grok was saying less. Okay, well, let's just ask it to do this. Compare there. This is the current, and then oops, midterm guidance. This is June 30, 2026. 2026. And then December 31, 2028. Wait, December 31, 2028. That's quite a bit away. That's more than 3 years. And then 3 month. Let's see. And how does it this is last 90 days. Okay. And then after this, we need to look into their debt because we need to understand what their debt actually implies. But oh yeah, let's see here. DeFi Development Corporation, Nasdaq DFDV, the next evolution of crypto treasury model. One day today we announced as we've grown our holding by 110,000 Solana, bringing our balance to 209. Key metrics. Hmm. Crypto treasury vehicles are dying. So this is interesting because they're kind of saying that this business model is dying because the market cap weighted average of MNAV, which multiple of net asset value or market to net asset value, excluding MSCR, has dropped from over 8x in early April to just 1.3x as of July. 1.53x, and these guys are at 5x, right? Hmm. Right. I mean, DFDV current time. Okay, so I mean they're adding 100k Solana, 181k Solana like every week. How are they doing that? Where's the money coming from? I mean, are they just taking on, are they just taking more and more? Yet raised 122.5 million via convertible, drew on our equity line of credit, so they still have credit available. Hmm. I mean, they're very bullish on Solana, right? So it's like if you buy this stock, you need to be bullish on Solana. But at that point, it's like, is it better buying Solana or is it better buying the stock? I don't know. It's a good question. It's a good question. Calculating the modeled capital. Current SPS 0.0618 1 million divided by midterm guidance 0.165 long-term guidance. So it's like a year out. Past 3 months performance. In my previous SPS grows modestly. This is a conservative baseline. $50 million monthly raises at 1 to 10x NAV multiples. This buys 310,000 Solana a month, but dilution is offset by issuing shares at premiums. At current stock at their model pressure test this against benchmarks like MicroStrategy 7.71 billion Q1 2025 raises feasibility achievable if raises continue past 3 months. Okay. Wait, how's their MNAV 1.54? That doesn't sound right. Hold on. Am I misinterpreting what MNAV means? Multiple of net asset value or market to net asset value. Enterprise value divided by Bitcoin. Oh, but I mean that doesn't take into account the debt. What doesn't take into account the debt? What if you take the debt into account? What would hmm. Hmm. Um, what is DFDF Sol? This isn't even on Coin Market Cap. Mm. Mhm. Metric with depth subtract from masses price to net nav PNAV number 5. So there's MNAV and there's PNAV. We gotta turn off concise mode. Okay, let's read about the debt. I'm a little bit tired here, which is why I've been talking less, but I'm taking a bite of this spicy pepper to get my dopamine. Oh man, that's spicy. It's pretty spicy. Okay, exclusively through convertible senior notes. Didn't they also have equity debt? Well, they also have equity. So this thing, I know as a fact because I saw it. Right? They had equity. Anyways, so let's see. The notes are senior unsecured obligation ranking above equity below any secured debt. They carry low interest rates to minimize cash burn, conversion to appeal to institutional investor. Proceeds have primarily funded sole purchases. Risks include potential dilution upon conversion. First major financing post-pivot closed on April 6 via securities purchase agreement. 42 million aggregate principal, 2.5% APY. What? Where are they getting these? I mean, Fed Reserve interest rate. We're at 5.25%. Or, no, we're not, are we? 4.25 to 4.5%. So they're getting these lower. They're getting these lower, and it's simple interest, paid quarterly in cash. Maturity date April 6th. Fixed at 970 based on close stock. Holders can convert anytime before maturity, but once the company's market cap was greater on the price range. Settlement in shares of common stock. No price adjustments for customary anti-dilutions. Cannot convert for the result in greater than. redeemable after April 6th if stock price of the sinking fund or emergency full board. Okay, so they raise on April 4th, and then they're like, we're gonna go and raise again. And now it's gonna be 100 million that they're gonna raise. 2 to 3% semi-annual payments, 5-year maturity. Plus total debt minus cash divided by the NAV. This measure accounts for debt through the EV, reflecting how the market values the company's asset. Price to net asset, on the other hand, is the market capitalization divided by the net asset. Asset value minus debt, it hides the premium or discount. Incorporates debt via EV. So they're all a little higher. Convertible notes are loans that investors use low interest. They can convert into company stock at such price, giving investors potential upside. DFDV uses the money to buy Solana now, repays in cash, must convert it, includes warrants for extra stock buy. Okay, so it would be a dilution. Um Market capitalization is 315 million. $289 million. Total debt is 113. Well, I don't know. We're getting different numbers here, so. Uh, So I mean, if it goes to 50, right? The question is when are these investors going to be converting their shares, right? Or converting their notes, because they have a lot of them, right? Uh, they convert the debt principal into shares at that rate. Ah, I see. So instead of receiving cash, they receive shares, but it's as if the shares are at 23.11, which right now they're at 14. So that wouldn't be something they want to do. But the other guys have it at 974. I mean, that was smart, right? To get him at 23.11. That's like right here. It's about right in the middle of this jumpathon. Um, hmm. I mean, I don't know. I should reasonably underwrite future accumulation, both through an organic spot purchase and organic blockchain reward. Traded spot ETH, ETS price, purchase to spot price featuring staking operation. There higher volatility in this trade. Think on good. Use leverage. So super for investigated this is poetry every taking high profile blockchain. So they had an MNAV of 6.9, and this is saying their MNAV is 1.84. And this does not look right. The market to NAV ratio showing how many times the share price trades above the NAV per share. Higher NAV indicates the market values of the company and premium to its owners still holdings. Current share price divided by NAV divided by shares outstanding. So this excludes debt. I don't like that. Why are we excluding debt? But look, I mean, it's come down a lot, right? Current share price on this is June 16. Where was it on June? Okay, June 16 it was at 30. So since then the price has okay, that makes more sense, right? So I guess they bought a lot of Solana. I feel like this is a MNAV is a bit of a scammy indicator. At least I think so. Because MNAV doesn't account for the debt. Like there's nothing about the debt. It's just DFDV is trading at 4x NAV. Uh, hmm. Okay. Develop someone liquid staking token, acquiring 2 validators, and forming partnerships. $250 million in annual capital. So these guys have a market cap of 290 million right now. And this research, what is this? Cantor Fitzgerald Investment research. Research analysts. Equity research. Okay. I mean, second largest SOL position, crypto native management team, has acquired multiple validators, companies led by Joseph Ontario and John Hahn. Oh yeah, John Hahn we haven't looked into. Right, because we have Parker White, Joseph Onatari, and we need John Hahn. So let's take a look at John Hahn. Who's this guy? John Hahn, DFDV. Oh my god. I do not want to go. See his LinkedIn. John Hahn. Is that how you spell his name? John. This guy. He doesn't even have a profile picture. Those who say they can and those who say they can't are both usually right. Okay. So they brought this guy in. And they got Parker White and Joseph Honorati. The only SOL that created some liquidation episode to access liquidity on SOL stake to its validator. Cross commission DFDV creating stakes, which is less than SOL treasury to proprietary SOL being locked in loose limits acquired electron. Mm. Raise capital at premium and increase SOL per share. MNAV represent the multiple company market capitalization rates relative to SOL treasury balance. Believe SOL treasury reserve and MNAV premium. They plans to acquire more SOL remarks than premium value in this case. Not dependent as a business model running while guaranteeing SOL over time. Tax benefits, higher volatility, permanent SOL accumulation. Think about volatility. Annualized volatility. I mean, yeah, Solana's pretty volatile. SOL treasury balance, MNAV, SOL per share, SOL yield, staking APY. Treasury operation, staking value. So this was way before. This was, I think, only the first set of convertibles. Running validator nodes. Let's see. So they're getting like 7.9% APY. Based on how much. Okay. So we need to see if they can raise 250 million a year. Treasury profits at a multi-signing component by using 50 million range of digital asset value. Sold per share 371. Treasury operations. Hmm. Hmm. Raised so far 217 million in 4 months. Annual project 652 million. 600 million a year marginally. That's insane. I mean, they are raising an insane amount of money. This is absolutely bonkers. Right, we're gonna download this PDF. All right. We'll let Grok think about that. So I mean, one guy is the managing director, and then looks like these two are just kind of fresh, fresh, fresh hires. Um, so I don't know who wrote most of the report, but I mean, it's a detailed report. Gotta gotta give him that. Um, let's see. Hmm. I mean, I think I'm gonna. I mean, this is definitely worth writing up a report, I think. Um, I guess maybe we need to compare this to MSTR. It's just, I mean, relatively flat, right? But if we go on the daily, what is this? Hmm. I mean, MSTR, I guess, had this massive run up as well. And then it kind of fell. I mean, what is this? Like from here to here. Or where's the low? Can we, I want to see the text. Do I need a different type of line? So 50% down it went from November 2024. And then it went from here. And then it went up 89% or 55% if you didn't sell the peak. Um, I mean, there's no institutions holding it, right? That's what I'm concerned about. Like, there should be hedge funds trading this thing, right? Otherwise, it just, I don't know. Let's see. Fair value 58 per share. Solana 1038 plus treasury plus staking. Or projected 45 with June data. So I mean, it's even doing much better than the June report, and that June report was on, when was it? June 16th, And on June 16th, I mean, it was right here. It was at like 28, and now it's at like 12. Hmm. And there's the open interest, by the way. The open interest on this is so ridiculous that the last price here is double the last price of these two. I mean, that's insane. As you go higher, as you go more out of the money, the price of the option contract is supposed to be lower, not higher. And I mean, this is just ridiculous, right? Um, and these, I mean, if you just look at these, this is 25 through 40. There's even a 50. There's 1,000 on 50. Are you kidding me? Jesus Christ, man. I mean, somebody's gambling on this thing, and they're gambling pretty hard. And they're putting a lot of pressure. Puts calls ratio. What is this OIPC ratio? What is that? OIPC ratio. Oh, I thought it was called put. Okay, my bad. That makes sense. So bullish is below 0.7 This thing's sitting at 0.34. That's just ridiculous. That is just ridiculous. Okay, let's see what Grok's. Fascinating but highly speculative small cap play. It's essentially a leverage bet on Solana. Pivot from commercial real estate, the company has aggressively accumulated SOL. Current positions DFDV as Michael Saylor Solana using cheap debt. Equity raises to buy SOL. Division is bold. Execution so far. Valuation upside. 4x the current price. If Solana rises, I mean, that's right. Tied to Solana's high beta. Could benefit from broader adoption. Unusual. For a deep out of the money bet. Speculative conviction price from insiders or funds positioned for a solid public positive. Guidance. Volatility. Stock trades at 5x market NAV. Renewable. That's right. Solana is 163, yeah. Testing lower Bollinger Band at the price point of perspective and around 12 Williamson and down anything that down. That's right. As long as it doesn't break 12, this thing's saying it's fine. Update DCF sum of real-time SOL volume. High open interest at $40. Seems gamma squeeze potential during surprise. Any calls? Goes for a late. Recommended long 15-20 calls. 15 calls. I mean, okay, I'm back. I just needed some lunch. Uh, so delta here, so low, man. I mean, and there's still 4,000 open interest, almost 5,000. That's delta. I mean, these are much more attractive in that sense. And then gamma. Okay, and then theta. It's losing 2 cents a day. This one's losing like 7 cents. What is this one? I mean, like here. Can you actually buy that for 10? Hmm. Okay, but let's keep seeing what Grux said. I wouldn't play options with this stock. I don't think options is the play here. Because there's just so many ways to get screwed over with the options. I think you buy the underlying. And that's what I would do, right? Like if there's like, this insane open interest on 40 strike price and it's trading at 14 and it's not like there's very many puts. Like there's some puts at 15, right? But like this is negligible because like look at the calls. Or we like 2,000 here, 2,800, 1,000. Like there's just no puts on this thing. Like nobody is buying puts, right? But the calls, I mean, I don't know. That's the option chain. Um, I mean, what is Solana looking like, right? Doesn't have all my indicators, just the chart. But I mean, it bottomed out. It was 95. It's now back up to 160, and it was at 295. So this was an inauguration meme, and then it just completely bottomed out, and then it's bounced back. Is that right? Let me see a Solana chart. What is this? This is the daily. Yeah, here it is. So this was inauguration. Ooh, everybody's happy. Trump's gonna make all the meme coins run up, Trump coin, and then just nothing happens all the way down to 95. And now it's back up to 160. Um, it's retraced a little bit here. So I mean, July 24th. So let's just see. July 24th would be, yeah, that makes sense, right? July 24th is here, and then Solana is kind of peaking there, and it goes down. What about June 22nd to July 22nd? Right? So this is, what is this? June 22nd. June 22nd, basically here to July. Oh, let me draw. June 22nd to July 22nd. So this thing goes down as Solana does this run up. I mean, what is this? That doesn't make any sense to me. From here to here. Does this nearly doubles? Solana nearly doubles, right? June 23rd to July 22nd. June 23rd to July 22nd. And this thing is just like not moving. That's ridiculous. I mean, that is ridiculous. And then Solana starts going down basically July 22nd, which that it does track that down. Does track that. But I mean, I think they might be smart, like, where are their purchases? They had a chart. Where's the chart? There you go. I mean, look. They bought Solana at 117, 105, 130, 130, 133, 155, and then 166. So I mean their Solana position is up, right? Because if we look at Solana here, it's at 163 right now. So they were buying mostly below, right? This level right here. I mean this chart is a little wonky because yeah, I don't know, but mm, um, I don't know. I need an explanation because this doesn't make any sense to me, right? Solana here is down bad. This thing's doing pretty good, right? I mean, it's not at its peak, but like it's doing pretty good. And then Solana proceeds to just have this. What is this? 129 to 203. Let's see. I think it was this one, right? Yeah, that one. Yeah, 129. 61%. 60 Solana has a 60% run, and this thing just doesn't move. It's just like it's just flat. I mean it dips actually, and then it goes up a little bit, but I mean I don't know, that's ridiculous to me. Hmm. I'm very bearish on the technicals here, looks like, but I mean, you could buy the underlying and get some puts, right? Because the puts should be dirt cheap. Like maybe 15. I mean, that's kind of pricey still, right? Very, very pricey. Are these puts any cheaper? 80 cents at 10, 24, 80 cents at 12. Hmm. Are there Solana Sol USD Solana ETF? Is this the Solana ETF? Wait, I didn't know they had Solana ETFs. Hold on. Can we compare this to Sol? Where is it? Okay, basically tracks that. Okay, so this is a real Solana ETF. Okay, so we can look at the options. So again, everybody is buying calls on this thing. Pretty high volatility, I mean percentile wise. Although that's much lower than our company. Um, and what's this looking like? Open interest. There's nothing, right? This is just. I mean, I don't know. Maybe is there a tokenized way to trade Solana options? I'm sure there is, right? It's like, what is this? This is nothing. Nobody. What about calls? And there's some calls, but it's like Hmm. Searched. Spot Sol ETF filings. Like hmm. I mean, RSI is looking good. 290 million. So nobody's bought this at $14. Everybody's bought this way lower. Hmm. I mean, I don't see any. No, nothing interesting in the feeds. I mean, I'm concerned that like this thing's in a downtrend. It it's might break this support level here, unless maybe it already has. We'll see. Um, and it doesn't really track the price of Solana. I mean, we saw Solana run up for 60%, and over that period, this thing went down a little bit, which was just ridiculous. And now Solana's going down, and this is going down too. But it's like, I don't know, you know? What what's going on? 500 days. I mean, still 1,000 on this 25. Actually, I want to see this like, man, these are expensive. I was looking at this one. Maybe here. What's it like? Like, look at this option. Well, let's look at the interesting one, right? The $40. What's going on here? No data. I mean, what's the chart like? Up and it's just been down, and the volume was like right here. So someone bought a bunch of call options here, and it's just basically holding them at a $40 strike price. Ugh, I mean, I don't know. I don't know, man. That's just ridiculous, right? Can it? Is there a way I can see the volume? Nah. Indicators. That's not what I wanted to see. That volume. Yeah. 4.63K, which that's basically all of it. So someone just fucking loaded, they waited for this dip, loaded 4,000 options. Jesus. And I mean, what price were they getting it at? They were probably getting it at, I mean, let's just say they got it at a dollar. Well, maybe they were smart. Let's just take like $1.45. So, I mean, what's the math on that? Someone loaded at $1.45 times 100 times 4,300, let's just say. Jesus Christ. Someone loaded 600 grand into the $40 strike options on this thing in one day, and they went up. And I mean, it doesn't look like they sold because there's not enough volume, right? So they couldn't have sold, right? They couldn't have sold. They definitely didn't exercise because it's out of the money. And then right now this thing is at what? At 20 cents. So 4,300 times 0.2 times 100. So they're at 86,000. So this guy's down what? 600K down to 86K. And they're holding with how much time? With a week and 3 days. Jesus Christ, man. I don't know. I mean, who knows? Did these numbers change, by the way? Because I remember. Oh, no. Yeah, the last right here, right? Yeah, yeah. I don't even, like, are they even gonna be able to exit that position? Because, like, who's gonna buy it from them with that volume, especially if it's up? Out of the money, 98%, and you load 600 grand into it? Um, hmm. This is all ridiculous, I think. Lots of ridiculous things going on. How are because there's other Solana companies, right? With DFDV, HODL.cn, and UPXI. So let's just take a look. Might as well. HODL.cn. Is that one not even on here? HODL.cn. God damn it. Let's see. Stop. Soul Strategies. It's on the Canadian. It's on the Canadian exchange. So if we go year to date, right? Yeah, they rallied hard, fell off with Solana, and then this is where our guys came in and rallied up, and now they're a little down. So this looks similar to me, at least. And then the other one is, where's the other one? UPXI. Okay. Let's just see UPXI. Okay, this one. No volume right now. What is this? What is this? I'm sorry. Does this chart look identical? How is this? They run up in April and go back down. Okay, it's not identical. And then it's looking very bearish here with this huge volume. What the heck? We just want. I mean, it's not as dramatic of a run up, but. And these guys didn't go up with Solana either. What's their IV percentile's a little higher. Okay. You got anything special going on in August 15th? Their market cap is a little lower, right? Free float, not 283. What? I mean, it's very similar market cap. 283 million versus 289. Okay. Do they have anything ridiculous? $20. I mean, yeah. I mean, this is what's the total open interest? Okay, it's quite a bit higher. But also a lot more calls. So what the heck are these? I mean, what about the puts? There's okay. Okay. So someone is keep like this one I don't think like that wouldn't be a play, right? 'Cause I mean it's just pinned at $5. 20k. And like these calls like yeah, I mean, they sum more than 20k, but like it's not significant, right? Someone's pinning this thing, but DFDV, I mean, someone could come in and just spam this, you know, just buy up a bunch of these puts. What's the chart on them like? Very short chart, but maybe they're up a little. Let's look at the bigger one. Down and up. I mean, yeah, I don't know. That could happen. If we get rid, it's just no volume here. I mean, what day was the ridiculous volume was on the 15th. And if we look for the 15th, there's just not a lot here. I mean, geez, man, like these guys bought it at. I mean, that's an ugly position. That is a very, very ugly position right now. Unless they know something, right? Like if they know something. And look, the next day volume goes up and it goes and it peaks. Literally the next day. And then since then it's just been run down. Were there a lot of puts? Where are my puts? This is the puts, right? What is that? On the 16th. Yeah. Okay. That makes a lot of sense because someone saw this on the 16th and they were like, no way, Jose, this thing is going down. And they loaded up, right? Um, indicators. What was this? Wait. 204. Is this the right one? This is 15. Yeah, this is the biggest one. So, I mean, it's still much smaller than the calls, right? But like somebody really timed this thing. I mean, that was a genius play here. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, well, I mean, theoretically speaking, if you were an options gambler or you traded options, I think the calls on this thing would be looking pretty darn good right now. With the implied volatility being high but at a low percentile, fourth percentile. But I want to see like, what's the recent options action like? Right, let's see. So I mean, strike, $15 strike, bunch of calls. 955. Okay. $45 strike? Who who is buying $45 strike? We're at 0th percentile IV. $25 strike. $20 strike. $30 strikes. 17.5 strike. Everybody's just, I mean, this is not that much, right? This is not that much. When did I want to look at the 45? No data. Oh, that's the put. Yeah. No, not the put. Delete. 45 call. 274. A 50 has a grand. Wait, hold on. There are 816. So how's the open interest only 274? If there's 465. Oh, that's weird. I'm gonna ask Grok about that. I'll read this, but any cost. Price. Let me just get this on a different screen so I don't have to alt tab. Shows 465 calls and 50 puts. However, the options chain shows that open interest for the strike is there's only 274. Oh. Check the puts, 45. There's none, so that. Okay. So how come? Oh man. Alright, let's let Grok think. Okay, so open interest represents total number of outstanding unclosed options contract. We could essentially snapshots, many contracts. Traded with options. Day trading this total of contacts traded during specific opening buy sells, closing buy sells. So it's type on data line takes current for 49 pre close. New opens and closes plus in each day. Okay, so basically the data is a bit laggy. So like tomorrow we might see, dude, I think tomorrow this 45 strike option open interest might be higher. Because I mean, 465, like, do we really think all of this got traded twice? That just doesn't make any sense to me. We need to look at this chart. So this thing was getting bought up 722. How much? Wait, what? The net volume is 140? Am I misinterpreting? Shouldn't this be like, because from today it says there were 465 calls traded. So how's the volume still super low? This is from today, right? Hold on. Am I misinterpreting? What is net volume? More buying and selling while the negatives. I'm sorry, this wasn't volume, this is net volume. So this is buying minus selling. So basically today it's about the same amount of buying and selling, is what that's saying. But so the $40, I mean, yeah, it's still all buying, so. Hmm. So let's talk about this 40 with rock. And Vlada. Okay. This is the put, right? So 7:30 people were selling out of the puts. Um, what is this? This is a December 2026 call, and you're saying 7:31. Where is 7:31? 7:31. A bunch of people bought this thing. I don't know. I feel like we're getting lost here. I mean, look, somebody is still buying 45 strike, and they bought a ton on 7:21, and and it's just been downhill for them, right? But somebody, again, this is the thing. Somebody bought 600 grand worth of call options on July 15th, and they've just been holding them, right? Where's July 15th? Right here they bought them. Right at this little dip. And then the price went up, but they couldn't have sold out because there was not enough volume. And it's just been like just straight down, like red candle after red candle after red candle. And then I guess we had green candle here, a little higher, and then another red, right? But at least it hasn't closed below here. It dipped but hasn't closed below there. Let's see if this is advanced second last tool. Like traditional volume bars will show volume and time on focus on volume price levels and key support resistance there high liquidity price level the highest traded volume longest bar specifically in color. So this is the point of control is right here. And possibly right here. Or right here. 2036. I see. The range where approximately was traded bounded by the value area high and value area low. Okay. So this is support right here. Right. So if we go to here, right? Like look at how this thing has been squeezed, right? Like it's just just repeatedly, right? Like it's squeeze, 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 squeeze. And it's just not been able to break that at all. So my two rectangles weren't stupid. They were actually pretty smart. All I did was I looked at these bottoms and these peaks and I drew a rectangle. So what is this? This is Can I see the price, please? 1411 basically. It's basically at support right now. Right. Let's look at the 40 then. Yep, everything was bought in here in this price range. 45. Let's see. Let's see what Grok says about this. Approximately. 5% of the float. 5% of the float is in $40 strikes. Total premium went on July 15th, making 40 calls deeply out of the money, aligning with a bulk buy at ask. Down to 86, stock fell to 1403 with time decay, blood pressure amount break-even requires greater than 40. Jane Street Citadel, crypto-focused ones often place big out-of-the-money bets in volatile names. They may use it as a cheap convexity play, low premium for unlimited upside, if Sol pumps post earnings. DFDV open interest buildup suggests stem accumulation, funds arbitrage volume. They could be delta hedging, explaining some downside pressure. Similar trades in meme crypto stocks. X chatter around July 15th. So X knew. I mean, they were tracking it. Could be tied to insiders or affiliates, not direct insider, but a friendly entity segment call for a gamma squeeze creates dealer hedging. It holds a bet on earning catalyst. All right. So, informed speculation by a pro trader fund. Staying right under the disclosure, right? Because that's 4.8%, and disclosure is 5%. I mean, okay, let's see. I wanted to read this. I asked it about earnings, expected content and announcement. Investor relations video update with management. Pre-submitted questions. Shareholders could submit upvote questions. First full pivot earnings. Expect heavy focus. Expected Q2 staking income could add net loss from its estimate. Staking offsets. Raise plans, SPS strengths all possible. Not major surprises teased, but could announce new validators. I mean, I'm just wondering, like, did this person hedge their position? Or are they just, like, willing to lose 600 grand? Because that's, that's just such a small loss for them. Because maybe they're making like 20 of these bets, right? And they only need 2 to hit. And that makes them very profitable. Okay, well, our task is gonna be up soon. Grok. Maybe we can read into the markets a little, but yeah, I mean, I don't know what else can we look at here? I feel like we've pretty much done everything. Um I think let's just write it down, right? Like what do we know, right? I mean, July high, well, not July high. This is April high of 53.88. 53.88. Currently trading at 14.11. Right at support level. Um, and then, I mean, we'll just say 14.11 to, what is this? To 30.77 support resistance. Has been bouncing between these two for to May to June 1 to July 2 to August. Look, or okay. Main volume 4.8% of float on ridiculous OTM. Holy straight. How much Solana do they have? Company has 1013 Solana per share. What? We have debt. We need to do the debt calculation again, right? It was we had it grokked somewhere. Assets, liabilities. That's pre-pivot. Okay, there you go. Debt. So debt at 154.5 million. Assets. $209 million. So that leaves net 54.5. market cap is 289.94 million. 289 market cap. Net. Excuse me. So we'll just say 15 mil. 15 mil. $3.8 mil. So, I mean, at that difference, what is that? 15 minus 3.8. 15 minus 3. God damn it. 15 minus 3.8. 11.2. I mean, and their asset and their market cap is 289.94. So 289.94 minus 54.5, 235.44 divided by 11.2. 230, wait, what? 289.94 minus 54.5. Yes, and then divided by 11.2. God damn it. What were we saying? 623,500. 86,000. I mean, 716, 722, 716, 722, 730, 715, 728. Is this a call? All right, so what we know, um, this is a Solana buying company, like MicroStrategies for Bitcoin. So this is for Solana. Takeover happened in April. They bought out 51% of the shares. It appears they just closed down the old business, started raising a bunch of debt in order to purchase Solana, started purchasing Solana in a smart way and staking it for income, so whereas as well as running their own validation nodes. Institutional ownership is basically non-existent at the moment. No major, at least not disclosed yet, so those are usually like 30 days late. Um, Earnings in 1 week, and the options chain is absolutely crazy. 40 strike options have 4.8% of the float. Um, so somebody made a 600 grand bet on the $40 strike 3 days after earnings expiring. And it appears they're still holding that position because there just hasn't been enough volume to exit it. Because if we go on the 40, that's not enough volume to exit this position. Um, what else? Calls heavily outweigh the puts. Implied volatility percentile is very low right now for some reason. Uh, Currently trading at 1411 and it's been stuck between 1411 and 3077 for the past 3 months. It's been bouncing back and forth. Um, the major position on the $40 strikes was opened on July 15th. So it was open on July 15th when the stock was trading at, what is this? Like 25 or around $25. It's now trading at 14. Um, Currently the company has $10 worth of Solana per share. So your $14 share, they have about $10 worth of Solana. At least they claim to, but they have debt. So we take into account the debt, 154 million assets, 209 million. That means the net they have about 54.5 million, whereas the market cap is 289 million. That's almost 300. So that would be 6x, 5x, 6x multiplier between the net and the market cap. Um, I want to do 54.4 divided by how many shares there are. 14 million, is that right? I want all the shares. $20 million, 20.5. Uh, um, yeah, and projected Solana stake earnings for a year will be 15 million at current positions, and the yearly debt interest payment is 3.8 million with the current debt. And that's assuming Solana stays flat. And if we take that calculation, it would take about 21 years of just staking, whereas paying down the debt in order to raise the net to match the market cap. So, having said all of that, I mean, I'll write up a formal report. It's just gonna be more organized, but if anyone wants that, let me know for sure, and I'll send it your way. Because those are not public. They're just, but if you want them, just let me know, and I can hit you up. Um, but yeah, so that's DFDV for you. So I think it's good. I mean, we covered a lot, obviously, almost 4 hours now. So I'm gonna go take a break, and then at some point I'm gonna write up the full report, and that'll be available upon request. Alright, guys, well, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully this was enjoyable to watch. Definitely was enjoyable to research. And I'll see you guys next time.